Hi there, welcome to Farming on 15 Degrees. It is the 19th of December and I am in my honey house, stroke shipping container, and I have been buying some stuff and I basically bought everything to process my honey efficiently. So I've been struggling along for the last 4 years with a vanity unit, a laundry tub and an old sink. I did buy the extractor. It was a 24 frame extractor about 1.5 years ago, and that speeded up processing honey. I had the shelves, so the shelves are good. They store all the honey. One of my jobs I have to do with this shipping container will be to insulate it, and so we've got plenty of honey for the new year in 2025. So that's good. We've got plenty of stock. We've got labelling machines. We've got jar filling machine. We run a dehumidifier all the time. We've got, if you can see that, we've got fireballs being dried out. So they'll go into the brown bags with the beeswax. We've got cardboard boxes. We've got in here, it's like a sump for honey. Now I don't think I'll ever use all this, I'll never have that full of honey because I do locations. So I only do small batches. So I collect it all up, I write on the buckets where they come from, and then I jar it up as Boona, Penumbra, and then up on the mountain, Palm Grove, Hartley Road. So I have been busy for 3 days. I got it delivered from China. I did ask Australian companies, they never got back to me. And that's a little point to make. If any Australian bee supplying company is out there, I rang 3 of them, West Australia, I think 2 in New South Wales. I'm still waiting for their phone call. I rang a company, what is quite small in China, and within 20 minutes they rang me and I could place an order within an hour. Lovely lady called Wu. Deal with her for the last 2 years, and I couldn't speak or think highly of this particular company. So this is a decapping machine, and I did a stupid thing. I turned it on without looking at it, and I'm a heating engineer by my old trade, and I burnt the element out straight away because I needed water in the tank. So that set me back a bit, but I can use it without heat, but the beeswax is sticking to the blades. So that was a bit of a letdown. Then this, you put your beeswax in here, your cappings of your extracting your frame from here. So the cappings, the beeswax, goes in here. It's like a corkscrew, and it comes out here. And I'll do another video where it all squeezes out of here, and then the honey drops in a tray. And it worked okay for about 5-10 minutes, and all of a sudden these bolts were loose. I didn't notice these bolts were loose, and it went like that, and it was like, oh my god. And I thought I broke it, but I hadn't. So maybe when you're ordering in China, you've got to know your products, because if I'd have known that them bolts just needed checking, because they might have come loose through shipping, I could have just nipped them up. So next time, well, there isn't going to be a next time because it's been really stressful, but say there was a next time, I kind of like would, my mum used to say to me, you take everything to bits, you take everything to bits. And I'm like, yeah, I bought that brand new watch, yeah, I took the strap off, I took all the screws out the back of it, and it all fell to bits. So yeah, I did take it to bits, but she kept going on for about 30 years about how I take things to bits. And yeah, granted, I did take a house to bits, and it took 11 years to put it back right and cost a lot of money. And I sold it, and I thought I made money, and it made more money later on. So I didn't even get the benefit for it. So my mum used to say, yeah, you take everything to bits, and I think everything in here. So yes, I have taken everything to bits. You take that to bits generally to clean it, so I take that to bits. I've readapted that. That used to be a beeswax melter for making candles and beeswax products, but now that's my honey warmer. And I'm going to clean it out. Yeah, I'm cleaning that out. So that'll get cleaned out and then we'll start extracting later. And so, yes. So take everything, I always take everything to bits, as Mum used to say. So I think if I ordered something again, I would take it to bits first. So I could see. You'd want it to just work. Straight out of off the ship, you just want to plug it in and it works. And I don't know, it just doesn't. So I'm going to take it, if I ever do it again, I'll take it to bits. So anyway, I tighten these up, I check the electrics, because that's something I worried about. Coming from China, you hear all these rumours. And I think one of the rumours is the wires. It's like, oh, they're not good enough. And to me, them wires look great. But what you do find, and this is not plugged in, but we have green and yellow as an earth, but that's their live. So they use a live wire with green and, look at the colour, green and yellow. They use black as neutral, that's alright, kind of. I don't know what the blue was. Oh, the blue? What's the blue? Oh, that's it, the blue is earth, where we would use green and yellow. So, maybe, thinking about what Mum said, oh, you take everything to bits, would be I would rewire this up into the colours of Australia, or if I was in England, I would do them as the English colours. But, yeah, that's the only thing I can see a problem. Is that, but the wires are good quality. I can tell the good quality because I've been around electrical wires and my brother has for 40, 50 years. So like, 40 years. And they're good wires. So I'm not worried about the wires. These plugs will just get cut off. But again, they give you a plug as a gift kind of thing. And then they'll get wired in. Now this shipping container needs insulating, wiring and maybe water. We're at the early stages of a very small business. We're just trying to buy things as we can afford it. So that means I'm not borrowing lots of money. What would hinder a business like this? I can tell you now, beekeeping and selling honey and bee wax is quite a hard business to be in. And anybody who wants to do this because you think that working with bees would be a real dream, yeah, that part of it's ace. Like, it's the best thing in the world. But there's a lot more behind it that is challenging, because the more bees and the more beehives you have, the bigger the equipment. And so this is how you end up with like having to purchase this kind of stuff, because you can't do it out of a bucket and a strainer. Yeah, a bucket, strainer, and what was the other thing? You had a capping knife, and I can't find it. But yeah, there was a capping knife. So I've been testing everything, and then last night I thought, God, I've just got to clean the floor and get out of here, because I've been here. I've been working on it for 3 days. 8 hours a day, and I was sick to death of it. So I thought I'd shove it all out on my ute. And I woke up this morning and the bees are hungry, and yeah, there must have been honey. I had honey in here, and I've got to lift this off actually. So look at them all. In there there'll be loads of honey. Oh, look at all that honey. So I'm going to be careful, I don't want to squish some bees. So I'm going to say goodbye, because I'm going to use 2 hands to move this. And thanks for watching the video. Cheers.